Hey friends, Martyupnorth. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, a little bit of clickbait. I said this is a video about nothing. Well, it's not a video about nothing. It's just a quick update on what I've been up to. I'm sure many of you have noticed I haven't been publishing a lot lately, and a couple of reasons for that. But so let me tell you a couple of things that are going on. I have been working on a video. I did a long hike back in August with Wandering Panda and JT. We did an 8-9 day hike in Willmore wilderness, which was absolutely fantastic. And the video for that one, I want to do a different format for the video. I want to do what I'm calling after the hike. And what I want to do is, now that a couple of months have gone by, I want to interview, well, I've already interviewed Jeff, but I want to interview JT and myself in a way. And I want to mix up some in the video. I want to do it sort of a documentary where I show footage of the hike and where we went, but I also want to mix it up with interviews of our thoughts at the time and what our thoughts are looking back. So I'm trying to do something creative with the video. Because to be honest, a lot of content creators talk about the same thing. You do run out of ideas, and it becomes a challenge to put out material all the time. So I want to try and do something different. Now, and I've been busy. I haven't, that was actually the last hike I did. I haven't hiked since August. And a couple of reasons for that. In late August, I had a wedding to attend to out of province. I had my sons are going back to, all the kids went back to university. So Patrick's still with us. He's at the University of Calgary, but Nick and Ray, our youngest, left the house and started. So he's at the University of Alberta. So we had to take him there. Which means that Karen and I are basically empty nesters right now. And as empty nesters, we've had to readjust our lifestyle, what we do and things like that. So, it's an interesting, weird development in a person's life to find themselves to be empty nesters. And it caught me a bit off guard. And so me and Karen are rediscovering each other. The other thing that happened in the last few months is I've been asked to help somebody set up a company. So I'm getting active again. During COVID, I basically became semi-retired, didn't work too much as an engineer, but now I've been, in the early part of 2022, I had some work for a small manufacturing company. And now I'm actually working with First Nations here in Alberta, west of Calgary, and doing, helping set up a partnership with them to do some oil and gas exploration on their lands. And they want to, so, hey, this is fascinating for me. I mean, this is what I've been doing my whole life is doing oil and gas and engineering, and I've done projects all over the place, but this is a project really close to home with First Nations, so it's something I've never done. So I'm busy doing that, which is awesome. And I mean, what else has been going on in my life? Well, like I said, so life goes through cycles, and to be honest, I don't totally 100% feel like hiking right now, because Jeff, my good friend, he's busy working in British Columbia. Evan moved to British Columbia. Everybody abandoned me and left me here. So and I have no bucket list hike. So I've pretty much done everything I want. So now I'm just looking for fun things to do. That said, I do have an interesting little challenge that I'm giving myself for the winter. Last year I didn't do a lot of hiking because I broke my MSR snowshoes the year before, 2 winters ago. Last year I was using some lousy snowshoes that I didn't like. And so now I just went and I bought myself a new pair of snowshoes. Now these are knockoff. Well, I call them knockoff. They're brand name snowshoe. I mean, they're McKinleys, and you know, they make all sorts of good gear. When I say knockoff, they have sort of the same general approach to design as the MSR ones, except that they're, instead of having the steel frame with the plastic is the frame, and then just some riveted steel sides. But instead of $269, I paid $80. I paid $78.99, like 90 bucks, 80 with tax, $90 for a snowshoe, a third of the price that I paid for my MSRs. So, you know, and to be honest, they look literally as good as my MSRs. So I will be going back into snowshoeing this year, this winter. I actually have a little snowshoe trip planned up ahead. And the other thing I want to do is a couple of years ago I had played with the idea of hot tenting and, the teepee and the homemade stove and the toboggan, the pulk. Well, I want to experiment with that again this winter. So, I want to make winter hiking comfortable, which means I don't want to freeze to death. I'm still trying desperately to convince Karen to come hiking with me, but the idea of being cold doesn't appeal to Karen. So yeah, that's it. It's just a quick update. I haven't published a lot of videos. I'm working on the big one. I'll do my Willmore one as soon as possible. Maybe I'll throw in a couple of winter ones. But I'm from a creative standpoint, I'm kind of not brain dead, but I've exhausted opportunities. But actually, and it brings up a point. One of the other things I want to do, unfortunately, work is keeping me busy. But I want to travel again. So the Canadian border is open. I'm full disclosure, I'm unvaccinated, so I was restricted. I couldn't travel, and now I'm allowed to fly again. I'm allowed to travel. So I'm thinking of going finally back down to the US to maybe do do a little bit of adventures down in the US, maybe a little adventure way down south. I'm looking at Nicaragua, or maybe someplace like that. Anyways, just an update, folks. So Marty, I'm alive and well, just running out of creative juices, busy with life. Life goes through cycles. I haven't forgotten about you guys, and I will come back as quickly as possible to producing some content. But I wanted to make sure that the content I produce is good. I don't want to just put out content for the sake of putting out content. All right, folks, cheers. And I might not feel like hiking right now, but I hope you do. So I always encourage people, get off the beaten path.